Hi, I want to share a set of visions that I had last week. It's been about a week ago, and in these visions, in this vision, the first one that I had, I was in this room, in this building, and I was kind of up high, and there was another individual in the building with me, and we were like laying on the bed, talking, just laying across it, talking. And the individual all of a sudden began to say to me that they heard noise outside and they were speaking about some writing. So I got up and I went to look out the window. And when I looked at the window, it's like the spirit took me outside the window and it lowered me down a little, kind of not quite level with the people, but hovering in the air a little above them. And I got a pretty good look at them. These were young people, and it was a group of them riding, and I began to see a few people on the side. They were looting, they were setting fires, and you could see fires burning on the stores on the side, and they were protesting and holding up signs, waving their arms and fists, and screaming and yelling and things of that nature. And so the dream ended. Really, you know what? I wouldn't even say these were dreams. They were visions because they were so short. It's like they were like 10 or 15 minutes a piece. And when I woke up, I came out of it. I remember I got up and, did a few things, and then about 15 or 20 minutes later, I went back to bed. And when I went back to bed, it's like I went into phase two of the vision, and it picked up where it left off. I was back in this room, and the same individual was talking to me, and they were complaining about the noise, but they were also complaining, saying that they were a little worried for their safety because of all the rioting. And I got up once again to look out the window, and this time when I looked out the window, it's like the crowd triple sized, where the first time it was a crowd, but it was a small crowd. This one triple sized, it was huge. And the people gathered up so quick, and they were angry and they were yelling. And I think I saw like a few people throwing something. They were just like with their fists raised. They weren't backing down. Whatever it was that happened, they were not backing down, you guys. They were angry. And it's almost like they had one mind, like they were on one accord, fussing, about whatever it was, that they were. These were mostly young people. I kept seeing young people, and still you could see the stores. A few of them were on fire. They were in the streets. And then I woke up out of that. And when I woke up out of that, I went back to sleep about 10 minutes later. And when I went back to sleep, I picked up. Wait, before I did that, I forgot. this just came back to mind. I remember the individual saying to me when they were saying that they were worried about because of they didn't feel safe because of all the rioting outside, and the crowds had gotten so big in the streets. And I remember the individual asked me if I thought, what was my take on the individual's writing. And they were asking me if I thought, it was of God, or was it godly, or what was my opinion, my point of view on it. And I don't ever remember me answering the individual back concerning it, because the vision, I just woke up out of it. And so when I woke up again, and about 10 minutes later, I went and laid back down again, got, back in the bed and laid down again. And I picked up where the vision left off again. This individual was in the room, and they were talking to me about the rioting outside, and you could hear the people yelling, and it's like the crowd was just getting bigger and bigger. It was just getting out of hand. Everything just began to start getting out of hand. And this individual, I could just see them over and over and over talking about whatever it was that the people were writing about. They were discussing it with me, and because they were discussing it with me, I remember in the vision, it's like I was listening at them, and they were kind of agitated. They wanted the riots to stop, and all I could see was them they were complaining because they were wanting it to stop, and they were just kind of voicing their opinion about it, because the riots were getting out of hand. It was just getting so they were getting loud and more aggressive, and the crowd had gotten bigger, and it was just kind of getting out of hand, like a lot of confusion, really, to be honest, like chaos. And I just kept seeing them complaining about it and wanting it to stop, and it was just going over and over and over. And finally I came out of the vision, and that was the third one, and it ended, and that was it. And so basically, what I get out of this is that chaos is coming, the riots are coming, the confusion is coming, because God is angry because of them trying to divide his land. And I have a prophetic word that he gave me that I will link in the description box. He gave me like a week ago, I think it was. It's been about a week or a week and a half ago, saying that he was going to divide this nation. He was angry, and that he was going to divide the nation because of them trying to divide his land, plotting and planning behind the scenes. They're getting ready to do that, and so he's angry. And also, I have a dream that I posted about 2 weeks ago that goes hand in hand with that prophetic word he gave about the dividing of the nation, that he was going to split this country in two. Well, that dream I had was of a nationwide presidential alert on all the devices of an emergency, and the president was speaking of some type of emergency. It took over all of the devices. I'll post that dream underneath to both of them. You guys take a look at it, listen to both, and listen at the dream first. And after you hear the dream, it will make more sense to you. Then listen at the prophetic word that he gave, because he gave the word, like, I think maybe 4 or 5 days after I posted the dream. And so if you do it in order, everything will begin to make sense to you, so you don't get confused. So I'm going to post both of those, and I know that when he divide and split this nation, as he said, what most people don't understand is that when he says that, he doesn't just mean physical. Everything starts in the spiritual realm, and then it crosses over with a physical manifestation in the earthly realm. And so what happens, the battle takes place in the spiritual realm, and the civil unrest, the rioting, all of the confusion, the chaos, all of these things, the race wars, all of that stuff, the division, the fighting, all of that is a part of the divide that he's going to bring to this nation. It will be spiritually and physical. You will see the physical, but it's going to happen spiritually too. There will be a spiritual divide. There will be confusion and chaos going on in this country. And there's something taking place in the spiritual realm, and it will manifest into this realm. But there will be a spiritual something taking place in the spiritual over this country. It has already begun because of what they're doing. And that spiritual thing that's taking place in the spiritual realm right now is going to produce a physical manifestation in this earthly realm, in this land mass of this nation. It will cause earthquakes, tsunamis, things of that nature, volcanoes erupting, things that will cause physical splitting, floods, rioting. All of these things are going to come from that. Race wars is going to cause a divide, and good against evil. Not just that, it's pitting, it's a divide. So you guys don't just look at it one way, look at it as a spiritual and a physical divide. Something's taking place already, and the physical manifestation is going to begin to play itself out. But I do know that the rioting is coming 3 times. 3 is a witness, and that's basically settling it. As in the scripture, it says, out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let everything be established. 3 visions in one night. And when I lay down this is rare. This usually does not happen to me, you guys. The only time this happened to me was once or twice, I think, in my lifetime. I had a set of visions a while back, which I should post. And this is rare that this happens to me. And it's been years. And when this happened, I'm thinking, yeah, that's his way of confirming, saying, hey, this is coming. Each time I would lay down, I would pick up exactly where I left off and go into the next. It it's like the dream would just carry on as the. And the first time I was awoke for about 20-25 minutes, and I was talking and everything, and then laid down and picked up. And so um that's definitely confirmation that civil unrest is definitely coming to this country very, very soon. And also, I have another vision, and this right here, by the way, um, well, no, but I also have another vision that I'm going to have to put up, that I had also the same way I had this. Well, I had another vision. I think it was like about a day or two later, within the same week of this, and he gave me another vision. It was in the same sequence. It was a different vision, totally different subject matter. But the thing is, it happened the exact same way as these visions. It was three visions that went on, and I was waking up in between, and the same thing was. So, and that these were the only two that he gave like that. But I'll be posting that one too, getting that up. But this is all that I have for this one. And don't forget to check the comment section and the description box for the dream and the prophetic word that came after that. Um, Watch everything like that way, it'll make sense. Dream first and then prophetic word. So that's all, and thanks for watching.